We all discussed about the corpus, context, and everything related to natural language processing. One of the main thing is the WordNet. Here, WordNet is a large lexical database of English. It will give the lexemes as well as the semantic meaning of the lexemes. All the lexemes in the English language are grouped into a certain combination, and that is stored inside the WordNet. This is a type of dictionary. Here, roughly 150,000 words are grouped into 115,000 synsets. Synsets means small groups, totaling of 207,000 words sense pairing. So, for example, the word embedding is done with the help of this WordNet. You know the meaning of word embedding. What are the words that will be combined together that can be analyzed with the help of the word embedding? That is given with the help of this WordNet. Here, the nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, this set of things are grouped to form the synsets. What is the noun related to this verb? Which nouns can be followed by this verb and which are before this verb? Similarly, what adverbs can be connected with the particular verbs? All these details are given in this WordNet. It's a very helpful tool for NLP for processing the language. You can process with the help of the WordNet. For learning the English language, we are referring the dictionary, right? Like that, to process any NLP application, we can use this WordNet. Some of the applications that include this WordNet are word sense disambiguation, text classification, text summarization, machine translation. All this application involves this WordNet. For example, in word sense disambiguation, we want to determine what kind of word is that. In that situation, we can refer the WordNet for identifying the relationship between the word as well as the semantic of the particular word. Generally, here all these things are grouped into the semantic relationships are grouped into many categories. To understand the basic concept of this WordNet, here the entire contents, that is entire elements in the English or entire words in the English are subdivided into so many classifications. Some of the relationships are how they are related, how the words are related and stored inside the WordNet mean. First one is synonyms. Okay. In synonyms, you know that synonym means meaning. The word as well as the meaning is given. If you want to process any sentence in NLP, if you need the word of the meaning of the particular thing, then the synonym group is referred and from that the meaning is collected. Consider precise. Precise means it may give the value accurate or particular. Based on this concept only, it will suggest, suppose the Word document itself, you are going for the synonym selection, it will give all the possible combination of synonyms for a particular word. This all comes under the synonyms groups. Same manner, the next set of category is the antonyms. So if you want to select one word, if you are going to type one word, that one can be checked in the synonym category or in the antonym category. Words with opposite meanings are grouped in the antonyms relationship. The antonym relationship, you know that for good, what are the possible antonyms for the good? That is described inside this antonym relationship, and from that you can identify which is related to what. Good means bad, naughty, obedient. All these things, disobedient, all these things comes under this antonyms category. Same manner, another one category in the WordNet is the hyponyms. Hyponyms means it's a word whose meaning is included in the definition of another word. That is categories. For categorizing the word, we are following this one. Consider the mammals. Mammals means elephant is the hyponym for mammal. That means elephant comes under the category of mammal. So elephant is the hyponym of mammal. Similarly, giraffe is the hyponym of mammal. And dog is the hyponym of mammal. All these things comes under the mammal. So all these things are groups in the category of mammal, and that is what called as the hyponym. Hyponym. So elephant is a hyponym of the mammal. Okay, subgroup, subcategory. Similarly, sun. We know that sun is one of the star. So sun is the hyponym of the star. Same manner, consider cake. Cake is one of the food. So cake is the hyponym. That means the cake comes under the category of food. Same manner, you can try grapes. Grapes is the hyponym of the fruit. Next categorization is hypernyms. Now it is hypo, then hyper. Hyper na big comes, and after that subdivisions comes. That means mammal is the hypernym for element. Hyper. Hyper na entire things are grouped, and that is named as the hyper. So mammal is the hypernym for elephant. Same mammal is the hypernym for dog. Same mammal is the hypernym for giraffe. Everything the hypernym is the mammal. Vice versa. Hyponyms and hypernyms are vice versa. So from if you are referring for mammal, from that you can identify some of the animals. Same manner, if you are going for the animal can comes under the category of mammal. So it can be grouped. The semantics, the meaning of the words can be identified, or the relationship, similarities between the words can be identified from these groups. And next one is the meronyms. Meronyms are part of something whole. That means if you are telling something, a small thing, screen, automatically remember that generally if you are using screen for laptop. So keyboard. Keyboard means that belongs to computer. So if you are typing the word keyboard, automatically it searches the library, the meronym of that particular word. And if the word keyboard is there, you are searching for keyboard, and if the word computer is there in the sentence, automatically these two are related, and it will tell that this is the correct one. Like that, it will search the meronyms, hypernyms, and hyponyms also to identify the semantic meaning of the sentences. Car means wheel. Car contains wheel, glass, then engine. All this belongs to car. So wheel is a meronym, micro part. Wheel is the micro part of car. So wheel is the meronym for car. Holonym means opposite of this one. Car is the holo. Holo na whole, full. Holo means car is the holonym of this wheel. Similarly, laptop is the holonym for screen. If you type laptop, automatically in that sentence, screen or the key or mouse, the things are there, it will be related, and it will suggest these are the things related to the same sentence. So these are the correct sentence only. Like that, it will conclude. The NLP applications can conclude by referring these things, and it searches the WordNet for identifying the semantic element for the particular sentence. So the main purpose of the WordNet is to give the semantic relationship between the noun phrase as well as the verb phrase and the adverb phrase. Here, all the components are divided into so many subcategories, and by analyzing that one, we can identify the words that is belonging to which one or not. So we can easily identify the similarities or semantics between the words. One of the application that uses the WordNet is the word sense disambiguation. You all know that sense means meaning, correct meaning or not, sense, whether it's a sensible one or not, meaning is correct or not. Disambiguation. Ambiguity means if a single word refers more than one thing, that is called as the ambiguation. That is, the word can be used in both places. Bank is example for ambiguous word. Bank means it may be a river bank, or it may be a bank where we can deposit our money. So how can you identify? If in your sentence, I deposit money in the bank, there is a relationship between the deposit as well as the bank. If a deposit and bank is there in the same sentence, automatically you should say that this is related to the bank which deals with the money. He plays in the river bank. So place and river bank. So this kind of things are mapped with the place is there, then the bank is referred to. A river bank referred to the place where we can play. So this can be identified. This can be identified with the help of this tool, word sense disambiguation. This is also one kind of NLP tool that is used to find the ambiguity between the sentences and resolve the ambiguity between the sentences and map the correct sense of sentences within the words. For example, consider bat. Bat means it may be a mammal or it may be a wooden object. First, it checks the WordNet whether it belongs to the mammal based on the sentence. Based on the words in the sentence, it's checked under the mammal category as well as the wooden object. Play means it's related to wooden object. Fly means that is related to mammal. So first you read the context. From the context, if the word fly is there, then automatically the bat will be related to the mammal. Then if the word play is there, it will be, the bat will be related to the wooden objects. So you should find the relationship between that. To find this one, to map this in a correct manner, to suggest the sentences in a correct manner, we are using the tool called as the word sense disambiguation. This can be implemented in the Python using the LEST algorithm. LEST algorithm is used to implement word sense disambiguation in the Python programming. Here it mainly deals with the computationally resolving ambiguous. As I already said, it's used to resolve the ambiguities in the sentences. It's a process of identifying the correct sense of word in a particular place. It's correct sense of word. Correctly, you should suggest the word to you based on the sentence. For example, consider Ram is playing cricket in the park. Ram is playing, so the correct one here, the context is test. And whenever cricket, we know that this is the ambiguous word. If the ambiguous word is identified, then it will check the next word in the corpus, the next continuous words in the corpus. And in this example, it checks and we can identify that what is the here park is there. No, if park is there, this cricket is related to a game. Park, the next in the context contains the word park, it's related to cricket. So if the contents park is there, it go check with the WordNet whether park related to which hypernym. So we can identify that this is the cricket. So the ambiguity is resolved and automatically it's taken as the game. So it can be mapped with the game here instead of the insect. Sometimes the cricket may be a insect. At that time also that's checked, and based on the context word, a continuous word in the particular context, it can be identified. To build this word sense ambiguity, we need two important resources. First, we know the meaning, where you can use the meaning, the group, as well as the hypernym, everything of this sentences or everything of the words. That's already built and that is available in the dictionary. That tool is used for identifying this word sense ambiguity. That is that WordNet tool, already we discussed that. So we need the sense repository like WordNet to check the tool, check the word. This word related to what? For that we need a library, as well as sense annotated corpus. Do you know the meaning of the annotated? Annotated means how it is linked with the grammar or how it is linked with the words with some values. The category is also given. For example, apple means it's annotated with fruit. Then dog means that is annotated with animal. The annotated corpus is also required to resolve the word sense ambiguity. That is, I told you, the cricket. Cricket is the game and cricket is the insect. Both should be, the annotation should be there. From that you can select the correct annotation based on the situation. So we need two things for implementing this word sense disambiguity. One is the sense repository like WordNet, and another one is the sense annotated corpus. These two things are required to develop the algorithm of word sense disambiguity. The drawback of the natural language process is most of the things, the sense annotated corpus is not available. WordNet is there. Most of the languages, WordNet is there. For Tamil or Malayalam or Kannada, everything, the WordNet is there. But the sense annotated, the meaning for each and every word is not defined and not stored inside the system. So that to identify, to solve the disambiguity is very, very difficult. So it's a challenge identified in the low natural language processing. Nowadays, Center for Indian Language Technology focuses on developing this sense annotated corpus and sense repository like WordNet to resolve this problem. This words and disambiguity can be solved or can be implemented by using some of the machine learning techniques. Some of the techniques used for this one is supervised learning technique. You know that in the supervised learning, first you should train the system. After that, it will be used for finding the meaningful insights from your sentence. For example, consider this cricket. For this cricket, it's trained as cricket and plays. Then that belongs to game. So that is cricket plays. Input is cricket and play. So your output should be game. Input is cricket as well as fly. It will be related to the insect. Like that, the system will be trained, and after training, it will give you the output. That training model can be used to identify the correct sense of the word. That is the first thing. That is supervised learning. The supervised learning, first you should perform the training, and based on the training, you can test the things, and after that, your input sentence can be validated with the help of the supervised training algorithm. That is the first thing used to avoid the word disambiguations in the natural language processing. And the second one is the unsupervised learning. In the unsupervised learning, instead of training the things, group the things, cluster. Same thing can cat, dog, all these things comes under the same word net, and that things are clustered in a single group. This clustering can be further used to identify the sense of the word. That is what called as the unsupervised learning algorithm. And the third one is the knowledge based. We are not going for any machine learning algorithm. Instead, knowledge about the things. Dictionary. Some dictionaries are there. From the dictionary, you can easily identify the dictionary. Go and search in which bird. Suppose cricket. Go and search the dictionary. It may be a word or this one. From the dictionary, take the knowledge about the particular word, and that can be used for sensing the sentences. That is what called as knowledge base. But nowadays, we are using the hybrid technology, that is supervised or knowledge based or unsupervised and knowledge based, to identify the correct sense of the sentences. Example is, consider the noun star. It's one of the noun. The sentence is, he always wanted to be a Hollywood star. This is the sentence. In this star itself, there are so many varieties for this one. The word star can be described as famous person. He is a superstar in the class. What does it mean? He is a super student inside the class. So class in a star represents that he is a student. Then good singer. He's a star singer. Star singer, na, automatically we know that he is a singer. Then performer. Good performance can also be termed as star. Then sport player, he is a star player in cricket. So player in cricket, automatically then he is a sportsman. Like that, based on the previous corpus as well as the next word in the context, you can easily identify the meaning of the star. That is mapped in the, that's given in the word net. Check the word net and identify that. Same manner, for personality also, star can be used in different varieties. And similarly, star can give the meaning of the star, means it's sun is the star. That means it's one of the star in the galaxy. That's also a meaning of that. So from this one, from the word net, you should identify whether star is, if star with the sentence galaxy, automatically it maps to the star in the galaxy. Otherwise, it may be a personality. So based on this one, this can be identified. So word sense disambiguation means, if a single word is referred for more than one purpose, then correct sense of the particular word can be identified. For identifying this one, we need two things. First one is the word net, and the second one is the annotated things. Okay, annotated corpus for identifying that one. Just go and study this one. Thank you.